Dylan's pick of the week was the 2024 film Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. Tell us about it.
Alright, so you got Big Monkey, you got Godzilla. Big Monkey is underground, big lizards up above ground fighting animals, monsters, not animals. Big Monkey opens up a sinkhole in the underground, and bad Big Monkey comes out with Ice Dragon. Ice Dragon and Big Monkey want to take over Overland. Kong needs Godzilla to help fight. They go down, they go up, they fight, they win. It's over. What's your fun fact, Tanner?
Here's my fun fact about Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. This was actually the cheapest MonsterVerse movie at only $135 million.
There's no
and
fucking
it shows
the cheapest.
It was. That's a fact.
I'm not going to say anything about this movie. I'm just going to sit here and listen and offer...
No, Dylan, you have to talk about the movie.
I'll talk about it. I'm just going to sit here and try to offer something if you guys bring something up. I'm not going to sit here and try to attempt to...
Dude, have your fucking glaze session for a bit, fucking glaze the shit out of this movie for the first couple of minutes.
The only thing I can say is I think it's better than Godzilla vs. Kong, but I don't think it's much better.
It's a very low bar to jump, to be fair.
That's your opinion. I definitely have a tier of Godzilla movies so far, and this one's not... Is this top 3? Yeah, I guess it's top 3. There's not a ton in the Legendary universe right now, so... yeah, I mean, it was fine.
Do you like it more or less on this second watch?
I feel like there was a lot more to pay attention to. I've been diving into a lot of MonsterVerse lore, so there was a lot of changes and stuff that I was able to see. For example, Godzilla, besides, turning pink, he adopted a lot of the characteristics and traits that Titanus Tiamat had. So his scales were much more razor sharp and he was more spiny. In addition to that, his scales were also more spiny and stuff. And he was able to just resonate more energy. One thing that was disappointing that was brought up in videos like that, though, too, were he got an upgrade to his atomic breath, but he hardly ever used it. But you could tell it was more potent because it was this more lingering effect as opposed to his regular atomic breath, which apparently in the original Godzilla was weakened because Mutos are actually the kryptonite to Godzilla. Fun fact. There's my fun fact for the. But I mean, I'm under the trope of I get it. These movies are kind of slowly starting to turn into the MonsterVerse comics, unfortunately, where there's just constantly monster fights going on almost all the time. I think a comment me and Tanner made when we went and watched this in the theaters the first time was, man, they really just loved destroying countries and landmarks all over the world in this movie, didn't they? And in any I'll attribute this back to I think it was Godzilla King of the Monsters, which was a PlayStation 2 game, I believe. I can't remember if that was the name of it. But it's just and I don't want to compare this to a fucking video game, but you have giant monsters fighting. Buildings are just bound to get destroyed. So if you're watching a movie, you're man, this is so stupid. They have to deal with this shit all the time. It's just the reality of the movie. You're just seeing it in a small snippet. But that doesn't eliminate the point that I wish they kept more mysticism, like they did in the first Godzilla. And as you progress in this universe, you're just going to run into more monsters, more titans. And so you're just... And by the way, the fact that they just offed Tiamat in this movie is super stupid because Tiamat is 100% capable of killing Godzilla in the water. That's unimportant information you don't need. There's just a lot of rushed action, and they're just kind of trying to microwave the plot. And if they're... I told Tanner this, if they're going to continue the Godzilla universe, there's not a lot they can do moving forward.
What does microwave the plot mean?
They need to accelerate it forward as fast as possible, like Godzilla killing Tiamat in a 2-minute window.
I gotcha. Yeah,
Tiamat fight could have been another Ghidorah thing for Godzilla, but no, they just fucking he needs Tiamat's power, let's just have him kill him really quick and move on. It was just fucking stupid. But yeah, I'll let you guys go off on this because I can imagine.
Well, we're gonna actually continue the Glaze session with me. I like this one. This one's my favorite MonsterVerse movie.
You like it for a different reason, Tanner. You don't like it for the same reason I do.
I like it because it's terrible. Oh my god. I love how schlocky and nonsensical and fucking stupid everything is. Nothing makes any sense, and they really lean into that in this one. We got the fucking why is there a zero gravity fight in this movie? Who knows? Why is Mothra able to apparate out of literal nothing? Who knows?
Don't worry about
but
it.
It's fucking funny. Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's accurate.
No, it's very funny.
It's accurate to real life.
I do know.
No, you don't, Tanner.
Dude, I will put my Godzilla knowledge up against yours any day of the week. Don't challenge me on this.
Time and place, Tanner. Time and place.
Okay.
The MonsterVerse questions will be like 5 of those 50 questions, by the way, Dylan.
There we go.
Yeah, this is perhaps the schlockiest movie I've ever seen, and I love it for that. Luckily, like, you know, going into this, I don't remember which of you it was, but you were like, oh, I can't wait for us to spend 50% of the movie with the humans. We don't actually, I mean, I don't know what the exact percentage is, but it feels like we're with the monsters, maybe not a majority. It feels like we're with the monsters majority of the time, mostly because, like, they're willing to go, like, really long sections where it is just us and Kong. And yeah, you know, I like the robot glove, I like the Godzilla is powering up, he can do that, I guess.
Yes, they all can do that.
It's just fucking really funny stuff, dude.
They consume radiation. What do you mean, apparently they can all do that? That's like the whole point of Godzilla 1, Tanner. Anyway, continue.
Not my Godzilla. Anyway.
Fair enough.
Alright, go ahead, Nico. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. I'm ready, mate.
I didn't like this movie.
Yeah, I know.
You know, going into this, I was really hoping that I could just say this has all the same issues as every other MonsterVerse movie, but shockingly, it doesn't. It has different issues.
There you go. You disliked it for the reasons Tanner liked it. Let's hear it.
Yeah, basically. So, like, the goofiness, I wish that they pushed much harder. The fact that the humans are still here and they're still, like, trying to make you care about them causes me to think that they want me to still take this movie seriously, and as a result, it makes the goofiness just seem really fucking stupid. This plot is unbelievably contrived in, like, every plot point possible. Like, obviously the biggest part of this is when, like, fucking Kong gets frostbite, and they're like, oh, hey, don't worry about it. We have this cool thing that we've been working on, and it just so happens to be, like, 500 feet away. Let me just go grab it real quick. Oh, also, this cool new power-up for Kong also just so happens to have a fucking serum that we can just inject into him to get rid of that frostbite. No worries at all, guys.
Yeah,
that's still leaning into my argument.
I don't know what to say about that. That's uber coincidence, and I cannot save the movie from its own fault.
Yeah, it's just really bad writing. This movie literally doesn't give a shit at all. It's entirely just some dumb fan service schlockfest.
It sure is, buddy.
Yeah, there's fucking, obviously, like, there's a bunch more fights in this movie. The CG quality looks pretty shit in this one compared to some of the other ones.
Yeah, it's so much worse.
There's definitely tell there's a lot.
How do you guys tell? You say this all the time. I can't tell.
By looking with our eyes. I don't know how to break it down to you more.
What do you think I'm doing? Listening and interpreting it through my brain?
Yeah, there's a lot of scenes in this movie with just fucking King Kong walking around, being a monkey, doing shit. They really try to fucking push, like, him being, like, super interested in his past and, you know, his people and all that. Very uninteresting for the most part. The fucking main antagonist was just so non-threatening to me for this entire film. Even with him beating or King Kong at the start, he just didn't feel like a threat at all. Yeah, he's got some cheap fucking ice blasting ally, and that's only fun.
Shimu is, like, the second strongest kaiju on record.
It didn't seem like it, given what he did in the movie, to be honest. I felt very non-threatened by both him and the antagonist.
Yeah.
Shimu canonically is, like, one of, like, the top, like, 3 or 5.
We don't care about the canon, though. We're talking about what we saw in the movie.
Yeah, who gives a shit? They literally fucking run him around like he's some pet lizard. Who cares if he's the second strongest? He's some
How the fuck
pet.
is he able to sit on top of it, Dylan? It's emitting ice everywhere.
It's probably cold, but it's probably not that cold.
It's freezing the landscape around them.
Listen, dude, it's fine.
Yeah, this movie does, of course, though, fix the major flaw a lot of these films have, is they like to focus on dumb people, for the most part. Like, Godzilla X Kong was fucking terrible because it focused so much on the dumb-ass human beings that we don't give a shit about. There's a whole B-plot of a bunch of fucking goofballs fumbling around in Technology Zone. Who gives a shit? They're all stupid as fuck, and it's very poorly written. And this movie focused a lot less on the people. It is still super fucking stupid and schlocky. Who gives a shit? We've got the fucking kid from the first movie, and they're just, like, immediately fucking sent into this tribe they find conveniently. And then, they're actually the one that's going to help them save everything by summoning Mothra.
SOS signal.
Very silly, very stupid, but yeah, most of this movie is just like action scenes with the monsters, and I can appreciate it for that. It's really leaning into what it knows it needs to do.
By the way, have the humans in these movies learned absolutely nothing from these past films? Like, Godzilla seems to be like, you know, a good guy who's trying to help him out and shit like that generally. But the moment it attacks a fucking power plant, they start sending missiles at it or whatever the fuck. Why not just let it do its thing?
Because they don't want to destroy their fucking power plant.
Also, you know, destroying a power plant's not, in human history, hasn't been great considering it, you know, infects everything in the area and fucks
Yeah, but Godzilla
up.
seems to have its reasons for doing the shit it does.
Yeah, but nobody else knows that. The only people that know what's going on is Monarch.
If anything, I think the biggest thing is they should just let it fucking do it, because what the fuck are they gonna do? It's Godzilla. There's nothing they can do. If it wants to eat your power plant, get fucked, loser. It's gonna eat your power plant. You can't do anything about it.
They think you're gonna get bored in between the action scenes with Godzilla doing his thing, so they want to put more action in between the action so you don't
they
get
didn't
bored.
just cut away to Godzilla just doing shit all the time, and then finally it all, you know, culminates in the fucking final battle, which honestly was kind of boring, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like it was pretty quick and uneventful for me.
Jackson was fucking falling asleep throughout this film.
It was all of my praise so far, you know, is immediately negated by me literally falling asleep while watching this movie.
What can I say? I ain't on fault.
The Hollow Earthception they had going on was also pretty stupid.
Yeah, there's a Hollow Earth and the Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
I love that shit, dude. It's so funny.
This movie also follows the trend that a lot of other movies do, where they look at Guardians of the Galaxy and they're like, oh, we should put retro music into our movie that doesn't, like, really have anything to do with this film. But, like, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy did it. We don't know why they did it. Sure, they had, like, narrative purpose behind it. But, like, we're just gonna put the music in this movie anyway, and it doesn't fucking work. So, you know, that's fun, at least.
True.
That's about all I have to say about this one, though. Tanner, where are you ranking it?
You know what? I'm gonna give this one an A-.
Wow.
Shucks, I'm surprised you made Tanner go first. Usually in these situations, you'd have me go first. That's crazy.
I was more curious about Tanner's ranking, I guess.
Crazy.
Dylan, where are you ranking it, though?
I'm giving this movie an A.
Narrowly above 10.
Yeah. Jackson, how about you?
I gave it a B-. I think it's on par with Kingdom.
Damn. Yeah, I'm definitely the lowest on this one. I think I'm gonna go fucking C.
Jackson was about ready to press that D key.
I had my finger on the trigger there. That puts it at a B overall.
Doesn't
Wow.
surprise me.
How does that stack up against the other ones?
You can look at that
Actually,
later.
yeah. What's our ultimate monster ranking?
Godzilla -1 is A+.
Well, the MonsterVerse ranking. Yeah.
Okay. The highest amongst those is B with King of the Monsters and original Godzilla.
What about Skull Island?
Dude, I just typed in Godzilla. I don't fucking know shit about King Kong. That's a B as well.
God,
Okay,
did we rank all of them B?
They're all the same.
Yeah, they're like all in Bs.
Damn.
They're all
That's
pretty
crazy.
similar movies for the most part, so not that show.
True.